dealing with this inspection.
Welcome everyone to Gramercy Park in New York City. Today we're going to wander around this neighborhood. We're right by Park Avenue along Union Square, and we're going to walk further into the neighborhood, just explore it, walk around aimlessly, enjoy the ambiance of this area. No plan, no route, no agenda, just enjoying the views. This is what I call a wandering. My name is Ariel, and this is Urbanist. Welcome to New York City. Hello Edward, hello Torbu. Hello everyone, nice to see you here. Hello Arabella, welcome. Hello Adam, hello Lina. Hello Manolito, buenas tardes. Hello Lacey, nice to see you here. Welcome. Let's go exploring. Are you guys ready? So welcome everyone. Are you guys ready to explore a little bit of Gramercy Park? I've been to this neighborhood a lot, but I've rarely focused on it outside of the history context. And I would love to just wander around and show you the architecture. So if you have any questions whatsoever or want me to point the camera in any specific direction as I'm walking through Gramercy Park, feel free to let me know. So let's walk around. Manolito, did I film with Here Be Bar today? Yes, I did. We made a very special video that you're gonna see very soon, tied to my upbringing. Hello, Elle. Hello, Loma. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Hello, Brando. Willie. If you're watching for the first time, let me know where you're watching from. If you're already watching many times and already commented, let me know exactly where you're watching from. Are you watching from your living room on the couch? Are you walking your dog? Are you doing transcendental meditation to the soothing sounds of my voice? Are you working out? Are you on the treadmill? Are you on a huge, gigantic hamster wheel? Let me know exactly what you're doing right now. Not where you're watching from in terms of city, but where you're watching from in terms of place. Alex, you're in Germany on the couch. Isabel is watching for Verona. Ooh, the home of Romeo and Juliet. That's amazing. Hello, Johanna. Watching with your 9-year-old. Oh, welcome to both of you. Working with my VPN and the stream on the iPhone. Oh, cool. Awesome. So here we're starting to see the restaurants. Lena is in bed. Edward is on a Dutch couch. Awesome. Carmen is viewing me from the beautiful island of Oahu. Aloha to you too. Tova, your voice is ASMR. Oh yes, it is ASMR. Going back and forth, left to right. I can do the rest of the tour in quiet ASMR voice. Nice and whispered tones. Talk to you about New York City. Hello, Rose. Nice to see you here. Hello, Joe. Watching from your kitchen. Am I hungry? I am hungry. I am. And we might stop into a place. First, let's wander a little bit. So this is Irving Place, and here we have the sign. Zoom in on this. Nice brownstones. Yeah, I agree. The brownstones here are gorgeous. Cindy. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Ruru from Japan. Where are we eating tonight? Ooh, I don't know. This is the completely unplanned live video. So here we have amazing views. And look at this amazing building. Always catches my attention whenever I'm in Union Square. Still don't know the history of it. I actually never bothered to look up the history. So if anyone knows what this building is, it's on 14th Street. 14th and Irving Place. Kay, you're watching me on the couch. Sandra's also watching me on the couch. Ooh, a lot of couch viewers today. Is it cold outside? Not so much. It's about nice 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Loma, 60 degrees Fahrenheit in New York City. Nice and calm. Jenny, your hood. Jenny, yes, we've explored this before. Joe, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. What's going on with the Rockefeller tree? I don't know. There's so much talk about the Rockefeller tree. They even found the owl inside the tree, so crazy stuff is happening with the tree. Edward, thank you so much for the super chat. Edward says, I'm going back to my beloved New York next year. Booked in September. Have a coffee, Ariel. Show us the good coffee places. Okay. Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate it. I'm glad congratulations on you booking your trip. That is amazing. Hope you have fun next September. Hopefully things get better by next September. And I'll find if I can point out a coffee shop. So here, cool thing is, on Irving Place, we can see in the distance, oh, the beautiful Chrysler building. Rosalind, it was on the news that they found the owl in the Rockefeller tree. Yeah. It's a very interesting tree. Pardon the shakiness whenever I zoom in. I'm not sure why the iPhone does that. So my favorite cocktail bar is here, but I think they closed down. This is Dear Irving. The owl's doing fine, says Residual Aftermath. It'll be released soon to a very close place. Oh, I'm so glad that they're taking care of the owl. It looks so cute. Johanna says, such a cute owl too. I love owls. Yeah, it's so awesome that they rescued it and able to put it back to a slave area. Chrysler building is so gorgeous. I agree. So here we're starting to see the amazing apartment buildings. Joe says, shared on Facebook, now hitting that like button here. Oh, thank you, Joe, for the double whammy of support. So here's Pete's Tavern. Pete's Tavern is one of the oldest pubs in New York City. It was established in 1864, and it's technically on O. Henry's Way, because the writer who wrote O. Henry, and let me know who that is, wrote it here, apparently, according to legend. Now, contrary to popular legend, Washington Irving did not write Sleepy Hollow here. Jenny, Irving Farm is up here and delicious. Yeah, Jenny, I'm glad you recommended to me Irving Farm. Oh, a nice mural here. Jadwiga, nice to see you here. So sad to see the Skybridge at Madison Square being demolished. Yeah, it is very sad. So for anyone who doesn't know yet, I've shown this Skybridge many times that connects the life insurance building in Madison Square Park. And it's one of the few sky bridges in New York City, historic sky bridges, and it's being torn down. I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that. That's such a big shame. So Hyde was always providing a great insight into the esoteric aspects of places we visit. She says, the owl is a Native American spirit animal, so it's perhaps a reference to a serious situation with COVID-19 related to New York City. Interesting. I wish Pete's Tavern was open. Absolutely fascinating place. Let's approach the window, shall we? We're gonna do a very slow walk through here. We're gonna zigzag around the neighborhood. So just a heads up. The Tavern O. Henry made famous. Let's take a closer look. Beautiful tavern inside. One of the prettiest historic taverns, in my opinion. Great menu as well. Live music at Pete's. I'm not entirely sure if they have live music. They are bound to have some type of live music at some point. but it is closed. It's such a shame. I wish they had outdoor seating. They have all this opportunity for outdoor seating, but it seems that they never taken advantage of it. Friends of Library. They made it into a literary landmark, at least this association, in recognition of nurturing the atmosphere for O. Henry when he wrote The Gift of the Magi. Oh, so O. Henry is actually the author. My mistake. I thought they were referring to a poem written called O. Henry. It looks a lot like Minetta Tavern. Yes, it does. It really does. So here it says, for our country is a time of recovery and healing. We each are affected and share the same feeling. Here on our little corner since 1864, Pete's Tavern has stood, doing her best to bring warmth and cheer to her neighborhood. We'll make her old wood gleam and her tables shine. She again will serve good food and wine. For 156 years, Pete's has shared our nation's joy and sorrows. We are working hard to preserve her for many tomorrows. Oh, I love that poem. Great poem. And here's another poem. Let's read it. Love random poetry in the streets. The vast emptiness of space is cold, brutally cold. Those twinkling lights, the infinity of stars, are blazing suns, we are told. But so far away from their heat does not warm. Were they much closer to close, would come explosions, great harm. So too for people distance, creating social and emotional cold, a risk of illness if we are too bold. Here at Pete's we are polishing and refurbishing the H&M bar and wood to again prepare this little corner of our neighborhood, to relight the space for us to share, to be closer in friendship and warmth, each for other to care. We love you. Pete's, November 2020. That is the best way to announce that you're refurbishing the place. Like, they could have just simply said, we're closed because of the pandemic and we're fixing it up. It's going to be better. But no, they just put two amazing poems. I love creativity like that. That's amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Wow. Let's continue walking around. Yuri, hello. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Hey, Carl, you're here because of Action Kid. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, Anastasia. Kay says lovely poems. Indeed, Francis Tavern, probably before 1776. So Francis Tavern isn't continuously running like this one. Francis Tavern has closed and opened various times. So Francis Tavern has been probably continuously running maybe for like 40-50 years since the last reopening, but it hasn't been as long as Pete's Tavern. Pete's Tavern since 1864, so it's been continuously running since then. Here's Bedford Cheese Shop. It's a very famous cheese shop. Very good cheese selection. Here's Irving Farm. Classic New York City coffee. Girl in the core and the curl. I'm here because you are very nice and enjoy spending time with you. Oh, I'm glad. So here is Cafe Panna, and Cafe Panna is opened up by the same, by the daughter of what's his name again? Danny Meyer. There we go. That's his first name. Danny Meyer, who is the owner of Shake Shack and one of the owners of Union Square Hospitality Group. Look at this amazing building. So here we're starting to see a little bit like Tudor style apartment buildings with gargoyles. Oh, this one has gargoyles. Look at that. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Well, look at that. Absolutely astonishing.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
So lots of beautiful apartment buildings here, and the reason is this was one of the earlier planned neighborhoods. You know, when you're walking around New York City, you might think to yourself, oh, it's very organic. There's a grid system, obviously. But you might think to yourself, oh, it's very organic beyond the grid system. They put a grid and boom, the city just grew. Like other cities grew, like Paris, or even Paris is very planned, or London, or Istanbul. However, it wasn't all organic. When you visit places here like Gramercy Park, some of these neighborhoods were planned from the grid system to the houses that we're going to build, to the brownstones, to the townhouses, to the parks. It was all meticulously planned in order to attract high-end clientele. Gramercy Park was one of the very first ones. Let's keep zigzagging around. I'll show you Gramercy Park soon. But before we do, hello, Jessica. Hello, Olivier. Gargles and air conditioning. Strange combination. Yeah, Olivier. Good observation. Lovely Irving Place. Oh, I love Irving Place. So this is the neighborhood where a few celebrities live, including Sarah Jessica Parker, and of course her husband Matthew Broderick, who was a very famous movie star in the 1980s. And I think you have other very famous celebrities. I think Julianne Moore might be one of them. Let me know who else lives in Gramercy Park. Wow. Look at this penthouse. Is this Manhattan? Yes, it is, Yoli. It's the neighborhood of Gramercy Park. Oh, look at that penthouse. Wow. And look at these old school chimneys on the side. Of course, chimneys have changed since then. Not much need for them. Now, over here I see a plaque. Let's approach it after this traffic passes by. Julia Roberts. Thank you, Milika. I knew there was a very famous female actress who used to live here. Let me know who else. Townie Tourist as me. Yep, my friend Townie Tourist has lived here before. So when you're walking around New York City, you might sometimes see plaques on buildings. Thank you, Stephanie. Jimmy Fallon, Uma Thurman as well. So this is Lincoln Kristen. Used to live here from 1907 to 1996. Wow, she lived here quite a while. One of the founders of the American ballet tradition. So one of the iconic ballet dancers used to live here. Yoli, this looks like an expensive area. This is New York, Yoli, yes. This is in the borough of Manhattan. The 5 boroughs of New York, and it is called Gramercy Park. It is adjacent to East Village. That's the location, just right above East Village, north of the East Village.
Saying this, so it's like, yeah, it's your
head, and it's going in here. So we're just gonna have to massage it, which we can do.
Great walk. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Bohemian atmosphere, yes. So this would have been a very kind of thriving bohemian neighborhood in the 1950s, as we see with one of the famous founders of American ballet living right here. Most likely many other bohemians, artists, lived in this neighborhood back then. Like O. Henry was written also in Pete's Tavern. I mean, O. Henry wrote in Pete's Tavern. Ooh, check this out. So here we have, sometimes we have something that predates Tudor style, and we have something that's a little bit more like Elizabethan style, and maybe you can call it almost like after medieval style. It's around that era, you know, Henry VIII era type of architecture. It's very interesting. It might have a more specific name if anyone knows. But it kind of treads the line between Tudor and medieval. Curtis, do I ever see Action Kid streaming around New York? Yep, bumped into him, and I've collaborated with him. Looks like a nice area, says Mr. Bot. Do you plan on doing any walks in New Jersey? I've done a few walks in New Jersey. COVID is spreading very quickly in New Jersey, so I might not be able to go in the near future. Here are two statues. Where does this belong to? Let me know in the comments. These guys are popular for one specific reason. For a little bar in Midtown Manhattan, right in front of Rockefeller Center. And those statues, I am speculating that they might be from this particular location. They're representing jockeys, people who ride horse. And Stephanie is correct. The 21 Club. Stephanie, right? That's the 21 Club. So the 21 Club is a famous club where Ian Fleming based two of his books in, one of them being Thunderball. And I think these statues, I'm speculating, of course, I'm not 100% sure, but they do look like they've been taken from the 21 Club. One of them even has a floral shirt, like I like wearing. That's interesting. Is the 21 Club a famous club? Yes, it is. Well, this is not the location. They just probably took the statues from the area. He has nice pants. I agree. He has nice pants. And hello, Ivana. Nice to see you here. Wow. It's an old speakeasy. Yep, 21 Club used to be a speakeasy. Jenny says that might be Gothic Revival. I think you might be right. Now, let me show you another cool mural here. This one, easy to miss. It's really unique. I'm really zigzagging here. We're gonna jump on this Vespa soon. No, I'm just joking. I do need to get a Vespa though. That'll be nice. Here we have some giraffes. A mural of giraffes. I don't think they actually, no one knows exactly why they're here. They're a symbol of peace in many cultures. Do I stream a lot? Yes, at least twice a week. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. are my scheduled live streams. Curtis. Building guide is very nice. The Great House was sold for $10 million, really? So this house, $10 million. Thank you so much for the extra information. Wow. So let me know, who's gonna move into this neighborhood? Could that have been from the Jockey Club? Well, I'm not sure. I know the 21 Club has those statues. I haven't heard of the Jockey Club. But let me know what it is. Any plans to do Borough Park? I'm avoiding these areas in Brooklyn right now because of the pandemic. Some areas in New York City have very high COVID rates. So I'm avoiding many areas of South Brooklyn for the meanwhile. Beautiful restaurant here. Eleni's Divine Greek Diner. Oh, that's amazing. Look at this outdoor seating arrangement. Whoa. Look at this, everyone. So elaborate and beautiful. So basically, outdoor seating is now indoor seating. It's getting to that point. Wow. The rents are between $3,000 and $8,000 a month for a studio apartment. Yes, they are. I actually have a friend who lives here. I have no idea how he could afford it. He's a viewer of the show. I actually met him because he watched my show. And when he told me he lived here, my jaw dropped. I was like, how can you do that? The heating system is so good. Yeah, it looks like a very good heating system. So now we are on 3rd Avenue, which is the main area to grab food in this particular neighborhood. Well, let's crisscross back into Gramercy Park. Here's a pub in the corner called Barfly. I like the name. Thomas, thank you so much for the link to the house and its prices. Oh, I love this. Not the apartment building, the gas lamps. So cool. That is a very interesting setup for a restaurant. Yeah, a lot of restaurants are following suit with these elaborate setups. I wonder what specs do they have to abide by, says Jack, for those setups. Yeah, you know what? They must be pretty tricky, to be honest. Pretty tricky, because I don't think there's that much specific regulation. I think as long as you have airflow, I think they're cool with it. So even though some of them are looking like they might not have good airflow because they basically are indoor places, outdoors, I'm not entirely sure. Travel Channel just put New York top 10 most haunted states, says Terry. Yeah, Terry, I've covered a lot of haunted history here. So here it appears to be a church. Yep. It's a synagogue. Interesting. It's called the Brotherhood Synagogue. With outdoor, seems classrooms. Look at this. Outdoor classrooms. Fascinating. Oh, I wish we can go in. If it's too much like indoor seating, it isn't safe, says Donald. Yep, I agree. I wouldn't use it personally. There has to be a lot of windows open for me to use it. Oh, something fell out. How did this fall down? Oh, shit. All right, I got my Urbanist orange Corvette already ready. This is going to turn into a car tour. So, Urbanist orange, gotta get an orange car in order to rep this show. That's the official brand color. But let me show you a really cool medieval, medieval revival or neo-medieval co-op building. It's really awesome. And feel free to ask me any questions. Peter says car tour. Buy that car, says Donald. Yeah, I just might need to get myself an orange car already. And this one seems like a nice one to get. I'm joking around, of course. I don't have this orange Corvette. The cars tell about the people living here. Yep, they do. They do. Here's Gramercy Park. So Gramercy Park is one out of the two one of the only two private parks in New York City. Can you do 1080p or 4K video? It's going to be awesome. No, 4K is unfeasible right now because I don't think it's possible really to live stream in 4K if you don't have a steady connection. And 1080p I don't, because I also live stream to Facebook, and Facebook doesn't allow me to do 1080p. So it's only 720 for now. But I hope that does not subtract from your enjoyment. It's HD enough, I think. So look at this building. Whoa. This is the Gramercy. And they even have stained glass windows up there. And here, probably the craziest one. Why does it think it's a Corvette? Oh, it's a Mustang. Sorry. Isn't Mustang and Corvette the same thing? Sorry, I don't know my cars, ladies and gentlemen. Ask me anything about history, but cars ain't my deal. Ain't my jam. So, neo-medieval, maybe you can call this? Or it's like French high Gothic with medieval elements. It's kind of a crazy looking building. Oh, Chevy, thank you so much for the clarification. So Chevrolet owns Corvette and Ford owns Mustang. Thank you. Or makes Mustangs. Chirag says, badge of honor to not know cars. You're a true walker. I am. The doormen seem a bit stiff. Sometimes they are, yeah, sometimes. So, someone just asked, since this is a private park, do you have to pay to get in? No, you just have to be a resident. So the only people who really have keys for this are the residents of the townhouses. There's specific keys for them. Each co-op building, I think, has a few keys, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 keys, which they can lend out to its residents. Or the 2 clubs that are along the park, which is the Players Club and the National Arts Club, has a key. And they'll lend it out to its members, including myself. I was a member of the Players Club for 3 months because they gave me an honorary membership after I did a video with them that did really well. And potentially even brought them new membership. Well, I'll show it to you from the outside.
I feel like we don't know what her name is.
So, so we can see ourselves at the top, and then there's
Under 24-hour video surveillance. So, if you sneak into the park, or if a resident is so kind to let you in, beware, because you need a key to get out. So I have a friend of mine who some of you might know, who you've probably seen videos with. Well, I won't mention exactly who, just to save the embarrassment for her. She ended up sneaking into the Gramercy Park because the resident was so kind enough to let her in. And she didn't realize she needed a key to get out. So it was already getting dark, and she wanted to, already leave the park. She already saw it, and she couldn't get out. She was literally stuck. Until luckily another resident came like 20 minutes later and let her out. So beware. Now another friend of mine who's watching this video right now did let me in, and I do have a video up. If you are very savvy in searching for videos on Facebook, maybe you'll find it. Okay, I know who that is. I think she mentioned it in one of my videos. So yeah. You might know who exactly it is. They have a little bird feeder over here. Now here's more of the park. Someone's inside the park. Sarah Jessica Parker probably has a key. I would say Julia Roberts, if she lives in this media area, probably has a key as well. Let me show you the 2 clubs. You have to live immediately in the area of the park. Yep. There's a few townhouses. They're individual, and the other ones are apartment buildings. Yeah, you have to live in one of them. Why not sell the land? They can make a lot of money with it. Great question, Kenyon. Great question. So, why, use this as a park? It's a waste of space. It was actually the initial draw for this neighborhood. They wanted to build a park, and his name was Ruggles, Samuel Ruggles, if I recall correctly. He wanted to build a private park in order to draw high-end clientele. This area actually was pretty low land quality. Right next door, at modern-day Union Square, was a potter's field where they buried people either that they couldn't identify or people who were too poor to afford a grave. Thus, wasn't that attractive to get these rich aristocratic Manhattanites that lived mostly below Chambers Street at the time to move up here next to a graveyard. Well, that changed once he decided to build a park and beautify the area. And that ended up convincing high-end clientele to move up here, and that stuck. However, you might say, oh, that was 100 years ago, it doesn't really matter today. It does. Because the high-end clientele, that is part of the draw, and that's probably why they can charge upwards of $10 million for an apartment here alone, in a townhouse even more, because they have this private park. There is a certain social cachet, and there's also a certain value to having your own private park. Also, there's only 2 of them in New York City. If it were in another city like London, which has many more private parks, maybe it's not so special. That's why they have to keep it. If they were to sell it off, I don't think it would be economically better for them to sell it off, unless if they only zone this for high rises, and they'll probably kill the neighborhood also in that context. See, there's the creepy story. Ooh, what creepy story? I didn't mention any creepy story. Oh, you're talking about the Potter's Field? No, not too much hauntings there. What is stopping a non-resident from entering the park? Nothing. No one stops you. If you are a non-resident and you make friends with the resident who lets you in, it's okay. There's a funny. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, I want to talk about this. So for example, if I start chatting up one of the residents and they're nice, I did that once and they let me in. You might be lucky to get in. Of course, respect the space if you manage to sneak in, and make sure you know that you can get back out. How's the weather today? Nice, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So lots of families with their kids. Now that statue in the middle is the statue of Edwin Booth. Edwin Booth might sound very familiar because his brother, John Wilkes, snuck into the presidential booth of the Ford's Theater and shot him to death. John Wilkes was an ardent Confederate of the South. Edwin actually kicked out his brother John Wilkes many weeks before, I think it was about a year before the events of the assassination, kicked him out of his apartment because they heavily disagreed on which side to support the war. Edwin was an ardent Unionist, part of the North. They were both famous actors, and Edwin was the more famous actor. He was basically Alec Baldwin, and John Wilkes was basically Stephen Baldwin. And also kind of in a literal way, because Alec Baldwin, everyone knows, is kind of this liberal, fancy New Yorker. And his brother Stephen, also a popular actor, is actually a very ardent conservative, to be honest. He's a supporter of our current president. So it's very funny to see that brother. They actually had a third brother, the Booths. They had Junius. So it's almost like the Baldwin brothers in that same context as well, because there's also a third Baldwin brother. I don't even know his name. He's not even that famous. And of course we see the amazing Chrysler building there in the distance. So the park has aristocratic squirrels. Yes, they do. The squirrels are class. They enjoy discussing philosophy and literature. They're literary squirrels, you can say that. William Baldwin, is that the third Baldwin brother who's in that famous? He's been in a few shows, but he's nowhere near as famous as Alec, and I think nowhere near as infamous as Stephen. Sarah, yeah. Thomas is watching. Yeah, no. Thomas has been watching for quite a while. So speaking about the Baldwin brothers, sorry, not Baldwin. I'm not sure if Alec Baldwin is a member of this club. He might be, because he's a really hardcore New Yorker. I think Alec Baldwin is a member of this club, but the Booth. This club, this is the Players, started by Edwin Booth. I actually have a full three full video tours of it. One in 360, one edited video that's also on YouTube, and one live video, long form, and you see the entire interior of the club. So this was started by Edwin Booth after John Wilkes killed the US president, and he apologized publicly for the actions of his brother. Beautiful club. When I was a member, I took a lot of advantage of taking friends here and giving them impromptu tours, and I had many a drink right here along this balcony with the lucky friends who I was able to invite here, because if you're a member, you can invite friends, and I was a member for 3 months, and I might become a member whenever I can afford that full price, which is $3,000 a month, I think, for people who are younger than the age of like 30 something. Need to look at those windows. Yeah, we'll look at the windows a little bit better. Well, they put more outdoor seating. And right next door is the National Arts Club. Yeah, I don't know too much about this, but another famous club here in New York City. Did you show where Sarah Jessica Parker lives? I don't know exactly where she lives. If anyone can let me know what her address is, I would love to just show the building. Of course, I always respect the privacy of anyone, but I would love to just show the building from the outside. So if anyone knows which is Sarah Jessica Parker's apartment, it's one of these, do let me know, because it kind of ties into tomorrow's tour of Sex and the City. And who cares, says Great 8. That's the channel, Gray 68. That's the channel. If you want other information, you might consider going to another channel. Anna and Rosie, thank you so much for the $1.99. I appreciate it. A club is like a bar or a restaurant in some cases. Guests of a certain class know books. Says Hyde. Hyde, yeah, and a club not in the sense of like a party club, a nightclub. This is a club where it's membership, and you just have social events. You come here to socialize. Players is dedicated to people who work in the arts and their patrons. So as an artist, it's actually a good place to potentially meet someone who could be your patron. I didn't have such luck, but I imagine if you're here for a long term, you might make some very good connections. Jimmy Fallon is one of the members of this club, also Ethan Hawke. So here is the National Arts Club, and let me show you a little bit close up. Here's the entrance. This one is indeed open. Some people having drinks. I'll show you from this side. Sarah Jessica Apartments in the TV show? No, we're talking about the real life Sarah Jessica Parker. Tomorrow you'll be seeing the Sex and the City show apartment. Tomorrow 1 p.m. Stay tuned. Ooh, did Sarah Jessica Parker move to the West Village, Stephanie? Interesting. I haven't had the chance to go into the National Arts Club. I tried reaching out to them, but they never reached back. Maybe one day they'll give me access. Or maybe if I meet a club member. Well, let's zoom in from this perspective. Beautiful building as well. Hello, Judith. Nice to see you here. Hola, buenas tardes, Rafael. Bienvenidos a Nicaragua. Me gustaría aprender inglés. Alguien me enseña, por favor. Y tú vas a YouTube, hay un montón de videos que tú puedes aprender inglés. If you're on YouTube, there's many ways to learn English. Pero qué bien que te está gustando este programa. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa que tú quieres. All right, let's continue. Yeah. Continue walking around. Hola de Florida, welcome. Dark Horse, bienvenidos. Yo sé que tengo muchos latinoamericanos mirando. Me pregúntame cualquier cosa en español. Soy fluente en español y inglés. Feel free to ask me any questions. If I missed any questions, feel free to ask again. What's the meaning of the little screwdriver next to a person's name, says Yoli. That person is a moderator. They help me with keeping spammers out, and also for providing some plugs. So I'll show you another club you should recommend, but this one more like a jazz club, not a membership club.
Went to everything. They went to culture. They went to...
No snow yet. No, Lilo. You won't be seeing snow till at least December. Usually, it's very rare it snows before December. Very rare. All right, it's getting dark, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out this church. How much do moderators get paid? Moderators do this volunteer. They volunteer. Isabel, desde Miami, soy cubana y muy pronto estaré por allá. Dios, mirate, gracias por tus videos. Gracias por mirando, Isabel. Lo agradezco y ojalá pueda visitar pronto. Isabel says she's watching from Florida and hopes to visit soon. What's up? I love saying your name. Welcome. Thank you. Mr. Bot, I love New York. Always notice that the affluent neighborhoods are more green. Oh yeah, that is a good observation. Shirag, great observation. You're right. And for good reason. I think the better off the neighborhood is, the more organized the communities are, where they plant their own trees, and the more proactive the residents are to maintaining their gardens. And sometimes they get help from the city. It might depend. But usually it's community organizations, neighborhood organizations. So right here, we're back to Park Avenue. So let's go back into Gramercy. Please do a Friends tour. Tomorrow you will be seeing the Friends apartment. There's not that much more to see aside from the Friends apartment because everything else was basically shot in interiors on a Hollywood set. So tomorrow you will be seeing at least the Friends apartment. Stay tuned. Hamdi, it's been 3 years now. I was there in the park. It says very good job. Thank you. Ivana, bienvenidos. We miss Sex and the City. Ah, me too, yeah. So, is it official that Sarah Jessica doesn't live here anymore? Let me know. What about the fountain? Which fountain are you referring to, Joe? Isabella says, thank you for your information. Thank you, Isabella. I appreciate it. So I think this might be a newer condominium. Yeah, it is. Wow. New condominium built in Gramercy Park. Is it possible to do a John Michael Basquiat tour? John Michel, I mean. Maybe. I gotta look into his history if there's places next to each other. When it comes to live video, usually if it comes to a tour, it works if there's at least 2 or 3 places right next to each other. That's why sometimes it's a bit difficult for these artists, because they lived someplace and then they made art somewhere else in another neighborhood. Oh, the Friends Fountain. Yeah, the Friends Fountain is based on Bethesda Fountain. And where is this club? Is it this one? Let's see. First last, the wrench means that person is a moderator. Hello, Elisa. Lisa, you love my vlogs. Oh wow, all this is closed. Oh no, so sad. Oh, it is open, but just very empty. So this is the Gramercy Park Hotel. You can barely see the title. The great thing about the Gramercy Park Hotel has a great interior. That's right, Sam. Amazing jazz shows. They have a bar called the Rose Bar inside. I've been there once before. Absolutely loved it. Great cocktails, great jazz that plays here. And check it out whenever it opens up again. You technically don't need to buy that much. They will require at least you to buy at least 1 drink. But that's it, and you can enjoy some good jazz for a few hours, which is really cool. The Friends Fountain is based on another fountain, the Gramercy Grand Army Plaza Fountain. Is it, Stephanie? That's interesting, but it's based on, that is in Brooklyn. Curious to know if they based on another fountain. Helen, you did an event at the Rose Bar. Oh, cool. Townie Tourist, Jenny says, great fireplace. Elisa says, sorry I didn't tune in. No worries, Elisa. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's look. I think we're basically at the end of Gramercy. Let's look a little bit more. Let's zigzag one more street. This is the area CP. I don't know the name. It says Stephanie, you're a wealth of information, says Lisa. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you think so. I've done many videos in New York, so I know my stuff about New York at least. And other tours are research. Like tomorrow's tour is gonna be research. So it's 5-ish p.m. Yes, it is. Hyde. Ooh, wow! I love apartments that look like this. Look gigantic. I don't know why people don't put blinds. I've always wondered that. Please, someone give me the perspective of a rich person in New York. Why don't they use blinds? Joe says, burgers are done. One's for you. Oh, thank you, Joe. Feel free to email it to me. The amazing burger. Let me know, everyone. Why don't rich New Yorkers put blinds on their apartments? Dal, he says you know the owner here. Joanna y el cafecito, skipping on your cup. I'm not sure if I'll be showing coffee. because I already drink all the cups I usually drink, which is 2. But maybe we'll pop into a place. The view unobstructed. Yeah, I mean, it's nice you have views of Gramercy Park over here. Scott says because they don't have to. Liam says because they're secretly exhibitionists. Jacqueline says for tour bus voyeurism. You know, tour buses I doubt pass through here, but that is a good guess. That's a good guess. Ariel, where are we headed now? Well, we're just wandering through Gramercy Park. No direction, just crisscrossing through the neighborhood. And more kind of medieval Gothic style apartment building over here. Why should you pay all that money just to look at blinds? They obviously want natural light and the view, says Eve. Yeah, you know what? Like when I get myself a fancy apartment in New York City, I'll probably put blinds, to be honest. I like my privacy. I'll open it up during the daytime whenever I might be like working on the laptop or inviting friends over. But if I'm sleeping, I'll put on those blinds. What is the favorite food of New York? Ayuda, ¿cuál es la comida favorita? Estoy practicando inglés. Rafael, lo escribiste muy bien. So the favorite food of New York, I mean, every New Yorker is different. New York is not some homogeneous culture. There's differences in all of them. And
The only place that I have that like that.
And if you want to say touristy or stereotypically, it would be pizza. ¿Y tú quieres, es difícil decir cuál comida es favorito? Porque Nueva York no es todo una cultura singular, hay montones de culturas diferentes. Tú puedes más seguro decir que estereotípicamente es pizza. Patrick Bateman wouldn't have blinds. Yep, he would not have blinds. And Patrick Bateman is conveying yuppie culture here in New York. A great movie if you want to see a commentary on yuppie culture. Here's Think Coffee. Think Coffee has a gorgeous cafe. Can you say hi from Spain? Hola Patricia, desde Nueva York. Bienvenidos a una de las ciudades más bellas del mundo. A beautiful cafe. All right, let me show you one more block. You can learn Chinese. Yi hao, ni hao, ji hao. Xie xie. That's the only thing I know in Mandarin. Xie xie. Ni hao and xie xie. I might be grossly mispronouncing that. So one day I'll learn a little bit more Chinese. Or Mandarin to be specific. Another beautiful church. I love these beautiful churches. This is Gustav Adolphus Lutheran Church. Lots of police presence. There is police presence, especially when you come to nicer neighborhoods. Look at this townhouse. Oh, I bet either some celebrity or some CEO lives here. Look at this one. So the bottom is a historic building, but the top is a modern addition. Look at that. They even have a rooftop garden up there. Wow. If anyone knows who lives here, let's see, 150. This might be 23rd Street. No, this is like 21st Street. 150 21st Street. Wow. I'm from Iraq. How can I be in America? Well, that is a much complicated process, and there's probably a lot of videos that explain that. I cover more of the history, food, and culture side of traveling, so feel free to ask me anything in that realm. The bottom looks like a firehouse. Yep. Whenever you see those huge doors They were most likely either a stable, a carriage house, or they were a firehouse. One of those three. Donna says, "Yay, caught you." Here's Baruch University, part of the City University of New York. I mean, Baruch College. And I think they specialize in business. Yeah, I think this is business mostly. Oh, I didn't know Baruch is in the middle of Gramercy. I've never gone inside. What is the other private park in New York? Great question. I don't know for sure. I think it's one in Queens. I think there's another one in Manhattan actually. So I think the one in Manhattan I think might be around Morningside Heights. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure if anyone knows. Now this, if I were to move into any skinny high-rise apartment building, this would be it. You know why? Because if you own a floor of this, you get views, unobstructed views of Midtown Manhattan, and you get unobstructed views of downtown Manhattan because there's no skyscrapers in between this skyscraper and downtown Manhattan. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a great video tour from a channel called Eric Conover where they covered this apartment building or skyscraper. New York is almost locked down. Yeah, it is. Judith says, excellent university for business. Yeah. I wish Balthazar was open, Isabel. Great place for French food. It's in Sunnyside, Queens. Oh, thank you. Sunnyside, Queens. Yeah, that's the other private park in New York City. So let's cross and let's see what we'll find next if the taxi respects the crossing sign. Sometimes they don't. And this is the end of Gramercy Park, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end. What's the COVID situation? Worsening every single day. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the case. Be safe. Consider wearing a mask. If you are a tourist here, keep others safe, keep yourself safe. And if you disagree with the common medical knowledge, do it as a gesture of respect for New Yorkers here. You're traveling to a place, respect their customs and respect their current situation, whatever that might be. And look at that. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Kudos, Ariel. Major kudos. Thank you. So that is the end of Gramercy Park. We've basically seen everything. Now it transitions to Kips Bay. And does anyone have a good bite recommendation in this immediate area? 23rd Street? Let me know in the comments. If there is, I'll stop by. If you guys are interested in a bite to end this video, let me know. The Con Edison Tower, yeah, beautiful tower. Which one is it? Which one's the Con Ed? Rafael, ¿cuál es mi favorito color? A mí me encanta verde. It's my favorite color, green. You have the moon, says Doreen. Oh, yes. Kay demands food. Food. Now. Dim sum, Thomas. I'm passing awesome dim sum. I am passing awesome dim sum. Ooh, what is this? The green room. Oh, beautiful area. This is wonderful. Wow. Yep, awesome dim sum is actually here. You guys want to give them our support? Let me see if another place is right next door. What's the name of this area? So we are Gramercy Park, but now this is basically Kips Bay. Might go by, I think it's Kips Bay then Murray Hill. I always get them mixed up because they're very similar looking neighborhoods. Call it Midtown East. Judith, would you call this Midtown East? Because Midtown East is, I think, above 34th Street. Thomas says, do you want tacos? Ooh, Thomas, do you have a taco recommendation? Which is your taco recommendation? Let me know. Ah, here it is. I love this place. Ampersand. So this is one of the best cocktail bars in New York City, in my opinion. Look at that. Beautiful. So I love this area. Did I buy a new book, says Kay? No, I bought some records. You'll see them in my Here Be Bar collaboration video. The moon is spectacular. Oh, it is. It really is. It really is. Will you be doing a live stream when the Rockefeller Trees lights come up? I'm not sure if it'll be a public event. Mostly due to precautions with COVID. So I'm not entirely sure.
No, for sure. I have to
All right. All right, so let's give Awesome Dim Sum our support, and we'll have a little bit more dim sum. We'll cross through here, and let me know if you guys are curious about any particular dish at dim sum. I visited here with Thomas, and since we're already here, let's go and support. My other recommendation right here is Ampersand, great bar, but let's have some dim sum. Hey Frank, how's it going? Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
We're coming again to have some more dim sum. Excited. Oh, you end up seeing the video?
Yeah, I see a video.
Oh, cool. Did you enjoy it?
4 hours, maybe too long.
It was 4 hours. Yeah, it's very long. Yeah.
We're trying to contact the girl you mentioned, TJ.
TJ,
Yeah, TJ, yeah.
She responded?
Not yet.
Not yet. I think she will.
I have a marketing team to, trying to contact.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Let me order some stuff.
So like the pork bun, custard bun? No.
Custard bun though, do you want to advertise? Custard bun is good. Sweet.
I see what you're talking about. So if I get, so combo would be what?
Combo would be, you see number 28, 29, that's 30. Yeah, once you get a combo, they come with a side order, also come with a half tea.
All right. I'll tell you what. Okay. back. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the tonight. Yeah, the two and I think that it's not too much for this.
Why not like so good?
Which one would the fried dumpling? Is that what you said? I'll try that. How about those two? That's not gonna be too much for sure.
No, not too much. And you say like not too hungry or so.
Okay, and I can sit out in front.
You can sit out front, inside, it's up to you.
Usually I like to go outside, but do you have a beer?
Yeah, we do. What kind of beer you want? We have so yeah.
Sing Tao.
Alright, good choice. A lot of people choose that one. Okay. Total 1742.
Should I wait here for it, or should I go outside once I finish?
Depends on you. You could like, yeah, you could go
I think I'll go outside.
Yeah, I drink you the beer first and then the drink, you know.
Okay, that sounds good. And can I do this?
Get the number right now.
Okay.
Buy it.
Yeah, they live across the street. First time I've gone in here. Somebody recommended it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you are. Yeah. I'll have a pork bun, please.
How much do you need the other one, please?
The 18. 18, and I'll have the soup dumplings, number 23. And then let me see what else. Ooh, I'll have the house dumpling. Yeah. And also, how much is the cuisine? I'll have the water. Actually, never mind. I'll have a oolong. Hot. No sugar. From here. I'll be sitting outside. Oh, I appreciate it.
No problem. 15,
Oh, is this to pick up?
Yeah.
That's good. Awesome. Thank you.
Hôm qua đi áp tao về trong hai trăm ăn là một điều lắm đấy. Trong hai trăm ăn 2.000 thì một điều đó.
Đúng rồi, phải có tác dụng ăn lên này.
Ủa, có phải thẳng rồi nha. Có phải vậy, đi ai có ai điều ra rồi.
All right. So, what language were they speaking? They're from Hong Kong. No, I think he mentioned that he was from Guangzhou. So they're speaking Cantonese, and I'm gonna wait over here for the food, and then I'll sit outside. So feel free to ask me anything. His name is Frank. He's really cool. He gave me a discount, which was so nice of him. But they're fighting in Chinese. You know, certain cultures, sometimes people interpret it as people fighting, and it's just the way that they speak sounds, you know, kind of like fighting, but it's sometimes not the case. That does definitely apply to a few other cultures as well. Where's Thomas? No, Thomas is not here. Thomas is a viewer. He just happened to bump into me, Sarah, that other day. What inspires you in your soul to live stream? I love showing cities. I love having conversations that are long. And the reason I like live streaming is because you can have more nuanced conversation. So it's not so easy to do that in a video where typically you have to edit it down. Also, I like the potentialness for spontaneity. So spontaneous encounters that you are joining me while live. Yes, I can do this edited, and there's some great people out there that I really admire that do similar spontaneous encounters edited, like Bold and Bankrupt. There's a guy I'm recently hooked on YouTube called Peter Stantonello. He's really cool. However, you're still watching a vlog. So there's a certain knowledge that you are watching a vlog, something edited. There's certain you're watching a vlog, right? But on live video, you're almost there with me. So if anything happens right now in terms of a fun interaction with someone, or a fun conversation with the owner, or we encounter a busker, you're there experiencing it with me in the very moment in time. And yes, it only works if you're watching live generally. Watching the replay, the effect isn't quite as powerful. So it can be a little bit more interesting in that respect. Obviously, I have done vlogs, and I consider myself pretty good at editing. I have had more than 4 years of experience. And also, I'm able to tell stories equally as well on a recorded video. But I like live streaming because of that magic that you're here with me right now. And also, I like the interaction. So Ben Trister says, interactivity is the key. It is the key. The interactivity, you chatting with me, we get to new conversations. We get to learn new things through this interaction. Spontaneous. It is very hot. I gotta take off my jacket. So that's the beautiful thing. So let's wait for the food and enjoy some nice vicarious living. And the interesting thing is, obviously here, since we're waiting for food, it could get a little bit boring. It could get slow. Maybe boring is not the best word, but it could get slow. But that's the beauty of live streaming. You don't need to have constant action all the time. Some live streamers out there try to entertain you so much to the point where they're doing very foolish things and being a nuisance to society. There's a lot of live streamers out there, especially in other platforms. Some of them are even on YouTube. I don't want to give you that type of live stream. There's beauty in the stillness, as Laura says. Laura, great comment. There's beauty in the stillness. So that's my thinking behind live streaming. I've gotten many comments before of people saying, "Oh, this is boring content. You're this slow. Why are you talking so much? Just show more of the places. Keep walking." I get it. But it's a different experience. You don't watch a documentary expecting dramatic moments. You don't watch a BBC Planet Earth thinking you're gonna see some punchy drama, some heavy plot, some twists. If you go in watching a documentary thinking you're gonna see a Jane Austen adaptation, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. You cannot expect a documentary to give you the thrill of a dramatic movie. Same thing as you can't expect a live stream to give you the thrill of an edited vlog. It's not quite like that. live streamings by their nature are longer and slower. And yes, I can make a punchy 40-minute live stream, which I do all the time. I always do those. I've done many of those tours like you saw last week. Punchy, quick, fast. I mean, not fast, but like organized 1 hour or 40-minute live streams. They're like a walking tour. And I love doing those videos. But to accompany those videos, I like doing these type of videos. Because these type of videos takes advantage of the live streaming format in a very unique way. A walking tour, you can easily do it edited. And if I do it live, you just happen to be there along with the ride, which is fun. But you know, my friend, not my friend, but a very cool guy, Tom D, which I actually met in person. I want to hang out with him soon. He ends up making walking tours that are recorded, and they're really awesome. They're really good. But that shows you that walking tours could work edited or it could work live. But this, it's very hard to do it on a vlog. It's very hard. You're not there with me. That's the kicker. You're there. You're talking with me. You are part of the show as much as I am, as much as the random conversations we might have with the owner, with anyone. Are we on a date? Says Ivy Lynn. Are we on a date with Ariel? It might feel that way. It might feel like you're hanging out with a friend. On a date, maybe it feels that way sometimes to some people. All right, so feel free to ask me anything. You feel real and connect with people that makes you unique. Well, thank you, Yoli. I appreciate that. That's awesome to hear. I've never seen a live stream with such good HD picture. Yeah, thank God for new technology. For 4 years, I was live streaming in standard definition. So it's quite a big deal to finally able to live stream in HD. I'm so happy for this. Is this ringing? All right. They're making these dumplings fresh, which is interesting. Usually when you go to these dumpling places, they are making them, they have frozen and then they cook them. These guys are making it fresh. That's why there's the wait. I think that's why it's worth it. What did you order to eat? Oh, I ordered of 3 things, 4 things, tea and then 2 dumplings and barbecue pork buns. Yeehaw says you're a nice person. Do I use my iPhone? Yes, I do. iPhone 11. And yes, a portal. It is indeed. You're real and you connect. I've never seen a live stream. He's waiting for his dim sum. Yeah, I'm waiting for my dim sum. Yeah, I'll show you all of you. But I love Tom D. Yeah, I do love Tom D as well. That's what I'm saying. I love his videos. He's very good at making a walking tour video. That's like 30 minutes, but it's not live. It's recorded. That shows you that you can make walking tours easily recorded. Not everything has to be flashy and bombastic, says Ben. Yes, that's right. You know, someone mentioned it a little bit earlier, it's like a slow indie movie. Right. Not every movie also has to be, even a drama movie, has to be bombastic and plots and twists and romance. Not every movie has to be that way. Sometimes you can watch a very good indie movie which is about very simple things. And there's some great movies that are like that. Just like documentaries, not every documentary has to be about murder or about natural disaster or war. Some documentaries can be about people collecting plastic bottles, or they could be about small businesses. They could be about anything. Or they could be about animals in nature. Somehow David Attenborough, the host of BBC's Planet Earth and a bunch of other nature shows, he's able to make an engaging content. Oh, awesome! Thank you so much. Thank you. And then the tea. Tea? Yes. It was oolong, unsweetened. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So this is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna eat this outside because even though it's pretty empty, I feel more comfortable eating outside in the meantime. Look at that. Wow. Should I be looking for a dessert place? Oh, Thomas, no worries. Thomas, I appreciate your recommendations. This will be my last stop today. They gave me an extra little bite, so I think I'll be very full after this. So let's all enjoy this together. Let me wait for my tea, and then I'll go outside and eat with all of you. Love your live, says Poron. Oh, thank you. You make me miss New York even more. Oh, yeah. You are an asset to small local businesses. I'm glad, yeah. I'm glad I'm able to do that. Awesome, thank you so much. Have a good day. All right, so let's eat this outside. Jack says, cheers for making awesome live videos. Thank you so much, Jack, for the £5. I really love that. So Jack is helping and sponsoring this video. Let's go outside. Any fortune cookies? No. This is not Chinese American food. These guys are Hong Kongese / Guangzhou food. Cantonese food. They're not a Chinese American. Chinese Americans do the fortune cookies. Welcome to outdoor dining right by the city streets. Crazy crowded streets. I prefer outdoor dining, mostly because of the pandemic. And it is my personal choice or personal preference to avoid dining indoors. And that's why I like outdoor dining. But even if it wasn't a pandemic, and hopefully once things get a lot better, I am very excited to continue outdoor dining because I just love it. And luckily today is pretty warm, so I only needed this cardigan. But I wore my jacket just in case for this event. So let's enjoy this. Let's try awesome dim sum. They're a really cool small business that opened up just a few months ago during the pandemic. These guys are coming from China, from southern China, and they decided to open up a restaurant in the middle of the pandemic. Very brave of them. And as you can see, they would have gotten a crazy amount of business if they opened up earlier, or if if there wasn't a pandemic. The reason for that is because there's a whole lot of Chinese students nowadays, and there's also a lot of Chinese tourists, and they would have come here because right before the pandemic there was a huge rush of Chinese tea places opening up. But pandemic hit and they're empty. So let's give them our support. They were so kind to give a discount, but I will be coming here nonetheless and insisting that they don't. So I can continue giving them as much support as well. So let me show it to you. So awesome dim sum here at 23rd Street. Here is the oolong tea unsweetened. Oh, look at that. Wow. So house dumplings, someone recommended to me. Let me know who you were. I got it. Here's the pork bun. Look how gigantic the pork bun is. They gave me this for free. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm so excited to try it. And some soup dumplings. Oh my god, so excited. All right, keep it closed. Tomorrow's tour is 1 p.m. New York City time. 1 p.m. New York City time tomorrow. I want to start with the soup dumplings. first before it's cold. I get it. Yeah, I'm gonna start with these house dumplings first. Drooling, says Sasami. All right, let's try their soup dumplings. I'll leave the pork bun for last. And I'm so excited for this oolong tea. Awesome dim sum. Can you give me some dim sum? All right, everyone. Who wants some dim sum? Claim it right now. I'm joking around, of course. Let's try this out. Their house dumpling. Look at this. Ooh, it's kind of green. It's made out of chives, shrimp, and another vegetable. It's in the menu. Wow. So these guys, I don't know where they're getting their shrimp from. And I'm not sure if I'm, imagining things, but somehow this shrimp that they're getting is super juicy. Just really juicy shrimp, which is not always the case. I don't think you saw my comment. That would pay for your meal. Oh, okay, sorry, I missed your comment. Thank you so much for paying for my meal. Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate it. So Kay is sponsoring this meal along with Judith as well. So Judith, I'm heading there over with friends this weekend. Awesome, Judith. Judith said hi. She dropped in last time I was here, and she said hi. So Judith, awesome that you're visiting here with friends. Do enjoy it. Wow, good for you. And Elisa says, I'm preparing myself for tomorrow's tour. I'm glad. I'm so excited to cover Sex and the City. I've been so in-depth into the history of Sex and the City. Such an awesome show. All right. So this is super filled with flavor. Very juicy shrimp. That's what sticks out to me. And even though this is a regular dumpling, it's still filled with a lot of juice. It's really, really good. So the chives are also very, very flavorful. People, get this house dumpling. I am truly astonished by this house dumpling. I'm truly astonished. I'm gonna take another bite of this. Luckily these are one bites. That's a beautiful thing about dim sum. You can easily invite a bunch of friends over and just share a bunch of small things. Wow, okay. I have one more left, but I'm gonna try the soup dumpling now. Let's try the soup dumpling. And yum cha food. Yeah, I will always catch my shrimp in a cast net in the Texas Gulf Coast. Nothing better, says Residual. I can imagine. Fresh shrimp. I think wild caught shrimp that's not farmed, because there are farms for shrimp. Like there are farms for tilapia, and there's farms for tuna, and there's farms for a few others. When you catch a shrimp wild, I think it ends up being a lot better. I'm not entirely sure if this is wild caught shrimp, but it definitely tastes a step above Chinese American place. Granted, many Chinese American places are of a lower price. So in order to make things lower price, they all have to get the ingredients at a lower price. So you get what you pay for in certain areas. That's not the case with all Chinese American places, but a good majority are lower around price. This tea is still really hot, so I'm gonna wait for this tea. And Kay says, is this Hong Kong cuisine? Yes, it is. Kay says, PayPal sent. Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate you. Thank you for chipping in on this. Is this really live? Rock and Love. Oh, yes, Rock and Love. Unless if I plan to say your name the entire time. Here's a soup dumpling. It's served in these like little cups. Look at that. First time I've seen the soup dumpling served in a cup like that. Oh, that means I don't need the spoon. Oh, cool. I could just bite into it and it'll just flood into the cup. Wow. So the juice You just take a little nib and kind of suck the juice. And Marcin says it's so strange. You're not bothered by all the traffic and all the people passing by. Very strange. Marcin, I've been doing this for 4 years. And one thing I've learned is if I'm going to make a live video and I'm going to make it good, I got to get out of my head and not worry about all the random stuff that's happening around me. That's what I've learned. So it's a skill that's very necessary for a good live video. If I were self-conscious and looking around and very quiet, it wouldn't be a fun live video. It's much more fun if I stop caring about everything around me. This is an excellent soup dumpling. So a lot more hearty. It has a slight spice to it. The dumpling itself, I think it's a pork dumpling, but it's filled to the brim with juices. It might look small, but it has a very powerful punch to it. It's really well condimented. Really well condimented. So I highly recommend it. It's really good. This is a really excellent soup dumpling. So the trick is to buy a little bit. And sometimes you'll spill. Don't go use a bite into it like the other dumpling. A, either you'll burn your mouth, or B, it'll squirt to your date. So watch out if you're having dim sum on a romantic date and bite into your soup dumpling right in their face, like an alien movie. That is an amazing soup dumpling. I have to say, one of the best I've had in New York City. Truly one of the best. Truly one of the best. I highly recommend it. Alright, let's try this out. So everyone, don't you enjoy the beautiful ambiance of eating outdoors in New York City? You know, there's some other quieter streets in New York. Awesome Dim Sum opened up in an excellent place if it were normal for New York City. If there was no pandemic, they opened up in an amazing place. And they have very ample indoor seating. It's very comfortable indoor seating. But since we're in the pandemic, you have to eat outside, or at least I choose to. And sometimes the best restaurants for eating outside is the ones on the side streets. This one is on a busy street. This is 23rd Street. It's one of those double wide streets. So if you're eating either on an avenue or on one of those double wide streets, which is 14, 23rd, 34th, let me know where are the other ones. Pop quiz. You're gonna have a bunch of noise. Just take that in consideration. I think this place is worth it though to eat, and also it's rush hour. Yeah. So I'm so jealous. This is 23rd and 3rd Avenue. All right, let's try this other one. Let's try this out. They gave me this for free. They were so happy. So give them your support if you can. If you're in New York City, come here for a bite. Maybe one soup dumpling order. It's only $5. The house dumpling is $5. Or go on for a full meal, or go with many friends, go whole hog, and eat a bunch. Give them your support. They're a small business. You can always go to Panda Express on another day. You can always go to some super fancy restaurant that charges $30 for a soup dumpling. You can always go to those restaurants later. Give these guys your support. Let's try this out.
See you later, Joe. Have a good night.
So this is like another shrimp thing, but it's fried but it's not like flour. I can't tell what this is fried with. It might be fried with egg. Do they have vegetarian options here? Yes, they do. They have a few ones made with like lotus flower. They have avocado dumpling, which looks good. They have a few others. Yeah, they have vegetarian options. I'm not sure about vegan, but do ask them. Maybe they do have vegan as well. So it's tempura, yeah. Really good. It's not a cake, it's shrimp, but it's fried very lightly with something that's not flour. It's very good. It's very light. It's like a very light fried option. While the shrimp is good, this breading is very interesting. It has a very unique taste to it. If anyone knows what this is, thank you, Awesome Dim Sum, for giving us on the house. Very crispy, super crispy. It's a really interesting side dish. Oh. Flaky, like a pasty. It's flaky like wonton, fried wontons that you have at a Chinese American restaurant. Like those fried chips that they give you that are very greasy. This one's not so greasy, but it tastes similar. So the taste is it tastes like cereal. It's like a cereal type of taste, like corn type of taste, even though it's probably not corn. So it's probably fried wontons as residual aftermath. Yeah, that's like a corn taste to it, but it's not corn. Yeah, really, really good. Let's try another bite. Is this dessert? Is that dessert on the menu? No, this is not dessert. It looks like dessert, but it's shrimp. What tea is this? Oolong tea. Oolong tea is an orange tea. Isn't this relaxing? Are you guys relaxed? Are you guys relaxed? Like nice, chill? Like, let me know. Maybe you're eating here feeling like, oh, nice loud sirens of New York City. Really, really good oolong. It's very nice and light. Very nice and light oolong. Yeah, good oolong. Good oolong. They're not tea shops, so it's nothing like spectacular, but good oolong. And just pasó el siren, yeah. So puede preguntarme cualquier cosa en español también. Estamos comiendo ahora comida de China, del sur de China, que es de Hong Kong y de la área de Guangzhou. So esta comida es bien barata, $5 cada cosa, es como tapas chinos. It's like Chinese tapas. All that smoke from the bus. Oh yeah. All that smoke from the bus. Could be cornstarch, rice flour. I think it might be rice flour, says Thomas. Thomas, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think this might be rice flour. Yeah, this might be rice flour. Kay says she would like to be facing the action. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm sitting with this camera angle. Sarah, am I speaking French? Spanish. I'm speaking Spanish. Ooh, wow, this is amazing food. I'm excited for these pork buns, but you know what? I'm gonna bite into these other dumplings. You guys did not see that. I totally did not squirt that soup dumpling. Not at all. Not at all. You did not see that. No squirt whatsoever. I totally ate this flawlessly. Flawlessly. Totally don't have a hand filled with. Totally did not make this dumpling squirt. I mean, we're having a good time, but there was definitely no squirting involved here, ladies and gentlemen. No squirting whatsoever. You did not see anything. That is your thumbnail pose right there. That was about $1.99 of squirt. It was. All right, let's try. Pork buns. Luckily, no squirting is in risk over here. This is a really good pork bun. Nice sweet bun. The bun is actually really great quality. This is a bun stuffed with pork. The bun is a bit sweet. Elisa says keep it PG. Everyone says keep it PG. Guys, we're just talking about dumplings squirting. Like, we're having a good time here. There's no squirting involved here, guys. Come on. Get your head out of the gutter. So, this is a pork bun, and it's a bun stuffed. It's a nice stuffed bun. And it's really good. It's really good. It's a little bit light on the pork, so it's not super stuffed, but the breading is nice and soft. Very flaky, so looks can be deceiving. It's very flaky on the top because of that, I think, egg custard that they put on top with sugar. So I think they mix sugar and egg custard, if I'm correct, and it does flake, which is actually really awesome. A cheap baked pork bun wouldn't have that extra touch to it, and it's actually a pretty good price. Each pork bun is $2.50. I think the cheapest you can go with a pork bun in New York City is now about $1.50, but they're nowhere near this quality. No. That's a really good pork bun. And I ordered some stuffed potato balls with gravy. I hope they consider putting more pork in here. It'd be great if they put 2 times more pork. The actual sauce of the pork is almost like a barbecue pork as well. Here's the flaky top that came off. Very sweet. Cool thing about the pork bun is that it mixes sweet and savory together. Okay, everyone, that was awesome dim sum. I absolutely love these guys. Highly recommend it. Good price for all these dishes is $5, about $5 for each of them, give or take $1 or $2. And the tea is very good. Very good quality oolong tea. They have vegetarian options. Double check. A few of the options might also be vegan. And highly recommend it. Do they have soy sauce? They do. Soy sauce. And they had some pot oil, which I didn't use. So it's just a pork bun with a biscuit. It says Maddie. Yeah, it is. But it's not quite the exact taste of a barbecue pork biscuit. Not exactly the same taste. It's similar. And this type of bun is actually derived from English culture. while I think there was stuffed buns predating Europeans, I think the pork bun is a direct inspiration or adaptation. Hey, how's it going? Direct adaptation to a pasty, a Cornish pasty. Because if you go around England, especially you try Cornish pasties, they're very similar in texture and in taste. A lull in the traffic. Yeah, there is a lull in the traffic. A curry bun in Japan is huge. And all right, so I'll stay for 5 more minutes. Let me know if you have any last remaining questions. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. That was a tour through Gramercy Park. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to do a tour of Sex and the City in the West Village. We'll also cover the Friends house as well. So Sex and the City and Friends tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the time of all the scheduled live videos. And if you enjoyed this video and the soothing sounds of New York as we relax here with the beautiful honking, it's like spending a nice time at a national park, isn't it? You can, if you enjoy these soothing sounds of New York, you can consider leaving a contribution. A single contribution is paypal.me/Ariel Vera. Kay and Judith and a few others were so kind in sponsoring this meal. If you want to become a recurring donator for any price that you would like, Patreon is good. And Patreon, cool thing is, every once in a while you will get something extra, like a 360 video or additional bonus video that I do every so often. I post maybe one extra piece of content every month. Thank you, Ariel. It was very relaxing watching you with sounds and everything, says Yoli. Oh, so glad, Yoli. And thanks for Sweden. Do you have memberships? Yeah, Chris, right there. Patreon is the membership page, right there. I paid at the end of the month. Judith won't forget that I said New Orleans. And try Dim Sum next time. Dim Sum Palace. Okay. Dim Sum Palace. Let me know where that is. I'll give it a look. Can you show the bar where How I Met Your Mother? Sure. Stay tuned. Maybe next Wednesday I'll show that area of Manhattan. Let me know if you want to see the How I Met Your Mother bar. And there's an awesome place to walk around. And Porón says, when they watch the video, Rafael, el video ya está puesto, tú puedes verlo cualquier tiempo que tú quieres. Mañana voy en vivo, otra vez a la 1 p.m. Tiempo de Nueva York. Thank you, see you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you watching. This is Awesome Dim Sum here in New York City. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Consider giving these guys your support. And if you enjoy this place, give them 5 stars on Google reviews and or Yelp as well. That helps them a whole lot. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. See you at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Awesome Dim Sum, 23rd Street and 3rd Avenue. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. And totally did not squirt at all. There was no squirting involved.